Remember too, there was concerns over Hopkins Airport, you know, and we're only a mile or two away from Hopkins Airport, so it was a real shock. It's one of those things it's, you know, like Pearl Harbor or anything else. When Kennedy was shot, you never forget where you were and what you were doing.
I can honestly say that reporting live from Ground Zero today has had a profound effect on me. I remember 9/11 10 years ago as the reporter in a newsroom in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, I'm here live in New York City at the foot of Ground Zero. I was at Battery Park today at New York City's Memorial Field, where 3,000 flags wave in the breeze today, each flag representing a life that was lost. I was overcome with a feeling of sadness, a feeling of loss, a feeling of helplessness. I took a moment to pray for those families who lost a brother, who lost a mother, who lost a sister or a brother. One thing about 9/11, it has proven to me what I learned as a child in the Pledge of Allegiance. We are still today, 10 years later, one nation under God. Leon?
What strikes me is how we have recovered after such a catastrophic event as 9/11. I suppose we are still recovering. Certainly here in Washington, D.C., all around the government buildings and throughout the city, there is heightened security because we are living in a changed world. Certainly we have changed. At airports we have changed. Our processes have changed on how we get on airplanes and how we get off airplanes and how we go through airports. All of that came out of 9/11. It is a sobering day. It is a sobering night for me to stand outside the Pentagon where 189 people lost their lives in that terrorist attack right here in Washington, D.C. One more thing. There is another anniversary which we should think about today. September the 11th, 1941. Ground was broken for the Pentagon right across the street. It's in its 70th anniversary. And that's the story from Washington. Lee?
I appreciate your words, Leon and Danita, so much. Here in Shanksville, I have been thinking about how the story of Flight 93 really has a unique place in the story of 9/11. The field behind me here in Shanksville was not a target. It was where a terrorist plot came to an end. And it ended because 40 people who boarded a plane as strangers pulled together and acted as one to foil their plan to attack the nation's capital. People performed heroic acts in Washington, D.C., in New York City, and I think what they did and what this has meant to our country is in so many ways an invitation for all of us to think about what we contribute to how we live our lives, to think about what we value, and most of all to remember that when we all pull together, we can accomplish monumental things. We hope you'll be joining us as we continue our coverage through the weekend. We have more coming later at 11 and of course tomorrow and Sunday for the ceremonies. So on behalf of Danita and Leon from Shanksville and the Flight 93 National Memorial, I'm Lee Jordan. Good night.